All right. Hey, guys. All right. So let's get into this. We are going to go ahead and see our next two winners. Bear in mind, we're doing the countdown to Christmas. So this is going to be for the 12th in our little retro boombox advent calendar thing. So for the 12th, and we shall see. We shall see. Every day, guys, until the countdown to Christmas, we are picking two winners a day. So one member, one subscriber. And for the 12th, we have Whitman Clan and Brittany Marie Bruce. So I will be doing a storytelling for each of them. And I will do that and put it in a free link right there in the description box. Now, if you'd like to enter to win for tomorrow's drawing, all you have to do is write the word compassion in the comments section, okay? And then don't forget to check the video for the 13th to see if you're the winner. So let's go ahead and jump on into today's topic. And this is for the 12th. Now we'll do a separate 12-12 threshold message. And just full disclosure, guys, I actually already recorded today's topic for the 12th. And I honestly don't know if I'm going to release it or not. It was very, very specific and very movie quality drama. And so you guys can tell me if you want me to release it. How about that? It just seemed so kind of like highly specific and out there and very high drama. So we're going to do an alternate message just because I felt kind of thrown by how specific that other one was. Okay, so we have a 10 of Pentacles and we have the Empress sideways. For this message on the 12th, we have like very family-oriented energy, but it almost feels like an Empress is like, oh man, this is a lot for me to still take on. This could be an Empress who's like, I'm going to love family, love to spend time with them, but on the other hand, it's a lot of work because she's feeling either like only halfway excited about something. Maybe it's because it's a lot of effort. Yeah. 8 of Swords, something is shattering her calm. And Knight of Swords. So this almost feels like family is unexpectedly coming to visit, or a big party is unexpectedly happening. And she's like, oh man, I'm getting roped into doing a bunch of this stuff. And that could be a lot. There are times where it's just like, oh my God, my plate is so full. But I mean, I love family and I would love to spend time with them. But oh my God, really right now? So suddenly, let me just see, who is it that seems to be approaching? Because it may not be family. We have 3 of Cups, though, but also 5 of Wands and 10 of Coins in the reverse, which is interesting because not everybody is who she would want to spend a lot of time with. I don't know if we have some drama here. Part of it would be lovely. Oh, I'd love to spend time with these 3 individuals. But then there's somebody else that I could see me having conflict with. I don't know if this is like, oh man, if there's going to be a family event, I could see it getting messy because although I love like my sisters, I don't always get along with the brother-in-laws, or maybe this is something bigger than that. Maybe this is like, if her peace and calm is about to be shattered, I'm not sure who this is, but there's a masculine on that card that seems like there would be conflict. Queen of Wands. Is this like extended family and somebody's bringing their new girlfriend or boyfriend over and it's like, oh man, I haven't seen my ex and I know there was somebody new. That could just be very uncomfortable. 8 of Wands, King of Cups. You know what? No, I don't think that, because she's the one in red all the time. Our Empress is in red. The Queen of Wands is in red. No, this almost looks like, I think what's going to shatter her peace is not family coming over. It could be a friend environment, but it's somebody brings to her a message like he's really missing you, He's hoping that maybe he can stop by. It almost feels like this is the Trojan horse, right? Friends come over, family member comes over, but then really they bring a message with them that they slide on in. Hey, Empress, he's missing you a lot. He was hoping that we would convey his love to you. He was hoping that he could stop by and actually see you. This almost feels like we have a little bit of meddling family members And it could be that the Empress has really mixed emotions about this. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to have to deal with this person because my family really cares about him, wants us to still be together. We have the Chariot. This could be a situation where an Empress / Queen of Wands is like, I was trying to move on from this, but now you guys are opening this door and opening this conduit for somebody to come back into my life, somebody who loves me, but it might be very uncomfortable because maybe I want to move on from this. Even if I still love them, I might still feel like for my valid reasons, I want to move on. And yet you're bringing this person back in. There is something here about boundaries being crossed. And I think it's like, it's not intentional, but I do feel like an Empress's boundaries are being crossed right now. And that's a little tough because, she wants to see certain people, but we have Five of Swords and we have the Devil sideways. I would just say she's saying, look, we had an argument and I'm not over it. I don't really want somebody coming back in. I don't want he and I to have to face each other when we haven't had a chance to heal anything. I know he's using you guys as a proxy to try to see if he can get back and talk to me, but I don't really like that because he and I have to sort stuff out and I'm not even ready to. Maybe I don't even want to. Maybe it's more toxic than anybody understands. This feels like I'm really feeling bad for the Empress right now because it seems as if, and maybe it's like well-meaning like adult kids that are trying to like bring the family together for the holidays and like, oh, dad wants to come over, mom wants to come over, whatever this is. And it's like, our problems are ours to deal with. You can't intervene and glue everything back together, even if they're hoping that's what'll happen and using you as, like I say, the Trojan horse to get themselves back into the castle. Because we have problems that are way bigger. I just feel like the Empress is between a rock and a hard place because it's like she's being forced to be super gracious and maybe even let some of her boundaries be crossed in order to accommodate other people who are well-meaning and love her, but might have overstepped a boundary without realizing it and allowed somebody else, we're going to say the King of Cups, who obviously does love her, but is trying to get a chance to connect with her again. And it does seem like somehow they're coming in with this other family group. So that's a mess. This is, again, a very specific message, but let me just ask, what is the best message for our Empress? We're going to keep this one a little more brief, okay? We have a Knight of Cups, a Page of Cups, and an Eight of Swords. So again, it's going to sound like we're pushing on the Empress's boundaries, but it does say this. If indeed the problems that have existed would require this person to make an apology and to be able to try to show their sincerity, then perhaps that would be the best thing that could happen, is these two might be able to connect and communicate. And she might be blocking herself from hearing the apology that would actually be very meaningful and might actually allow her to feel like less tension over something. Sometimes the thing that we say we don't want can once in a while be exactly what we might need to hear. But obviously she said, I think that this is just a toxic situation. I don't really want to go through any more arguing with him. I don't want to deal with him because of what has happened last time. But in truth, what needs to happen is apology. And it feels like that's actually what's trying to come in, and she's about to block it from coming in. So maybe this could end up with a better outcome. I mean, I still don't love the fact that her boundaries are being crossed, or that she's getting kind of like pushed to, like have to deal with somebody that she clearly doesn't want to. But on the other hand, sometimes in life, the thing that we're like, no, I don't want to, no, I don't want to, no, I don't want to. And then it comes into our life anyway. We go, oh, well, actually that kind of worked out. Once in a while that does happen. Ace of Cups. If there is any part of her that might have wanted to hear what this person has to say, if there were some loving words that could actually erase any of this drama that already occurred, then why would we ever block being able to hear that? I know it looks like she's lost belief that that would happen, or that this person has those kinds of words to say. But in truth, we do see that that is what their motive is to come in as a King of Cups, to come in and speak something, that is an apology, that is also loving words. It does feel like this person really wants to patch things up with her. And although she's very resistant to it, it feels like they are latching themselves on to somebody else who's going to enter into her world. And that's their conduit in, just so they can finally get a chance to say these words to her. And maybe it's going to be more helpful than what she would have anticipated. Maybe it's exactly the words that she was like, no, they'll never say those words anyway, so I don't want to hear from them. I'm done with it. I'm done. When in fact, maybe she needs to hear those exact words. And this is the only way that they could reach out and get a chance to say those words to her. I actually feel like there's a true desire for reconciliation in this story. Even though, again, I'm not going to say that I think this is a great way for them to go about trying to get into her world, but it doesn't look like it is for like a negative outcome. That's all I can say. All right, I'm going to leave that there, but let's pull a card for a birthday that is on the 12th. Okay, so let's pull a card or two. I usually like to do 3 just to ask, what is the energy for the 12th, for someone whose birthday is the 12th? We have a 7 of Swords, but then we also have the Magician, and we have the Death card. So things that previously either seemed like lies or seemed too good to be true could actually be taking new shape and form. Things that a character was like, oh, well, that'll never happen. But maybe they started to actually believe in it because they actually did want certain things to happen. It actually seems like it is. It's coming to pass. It looks like there is a certain amount of, happiness and a change here. And it almost feels like, once in a while when we keep saying that'll never happen, but deep down we're like, but I really want it to. Because the real desire is different than what the words are that are coming out of our mouth, like, oh, I don't believe it. Oh, that'll never happen. The real desire still drives things forward and makes like a genuine better outcome for a character. Because this says somebody's life is about to change for the better. Like this could be in the next year of somebody's life. A lot of things that they poo-pooed and said, that'll never happen for me. I'll never be the lucky one. I'll never have certain successes. But deep down, this person has worked hard and they've earned, recognition, and they've earned the successes. It actually looks like that's actually changing. They're about to get some of the things that they actually have really earned, but kept telling themselves, that'll never be mine. Don't even wish for it. This is well-deserved success and a well-deserved tempo change in life. This is a character who's actually worked very, very hard, but just hasn't been used to having a win. So didn't want to start wishing for it, which again, I think that makes sense, but I'm really pleased to see this change for a character. All right, I'm going to leave this here, and I will do the 2 winners, and I'll put that free link right there in the description box for our 2 winners. And then as always, if you guys would like to enter to win for tomorrow's drawing, just write the word compassion in the comment section. All right. And I will pick 2 winners again tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for being here. And like I said, if you want me to release the other alternate version of the 12/12 today's topic video, I will, but just bear in mind, it is very movie-esque storyline. All right. This big drama, hidden, NDAs and legal stuff, and it was just kind of wild. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.